So here's the answers. That a dynamic language will require less code, and there are two reasons for that. One is because you don't need all the type declarations. The other is code can be more versatile. In our Python code, we can write a double procedure that works on both numbers and strings. Probably a bad idea, but we can do it. With a statically typed language like Java, there's no way to do that. You've got to write different procedures if you want them to work on different types. A static language would be less likely for programs to crash, and the reason for that is because you find your bugs earlier. You find them when you compile the program before the program is running, at least some of the bugs. The more fun is a fairly subjective question. I'm going to go with dynamic is more fun, and it's more fun because you can usually get things to happen more quickly. It requires less effort to get a program working and behaving pretty close to correct. In a static language, you have to get your program a lot closer to correct before you can start playing with it. It's also easier to make changes in a dynamic language. Other people might disagree, and one problem with a dynamic language, when all's going well, you can be nice and happy. If things start to break with a dynamic language, you might have a much harder time figuring out what's wrong than you would with a static language. But I'll stick with my dynamic answer, and I hope you enjoy programming in Python, which is a dynamically typed language. Programs should execute faster if they're written in a statically typed language. This depends a lot on the language and the tools that are used to do this, and there's been a lot of improvements in making dynamically typed languages run fast. But the execution tools have an advantage in the statically typed language. There's less that they have to determine at runtime, and there's more they can do in advance. So they should still always be able to run faster. Finally, which one is better for programming avionics? Well, you really don't want to discover your type errors when you're at 30,000 feet. Much better to discover them before you take off. So there, static languages have a big advantage.